Hello, welcome to the Armory Review Show. How's it, Naseem?
It's good. It's good. Not top of the league anymore.
Well, not top of the league anymore, but does that mean we're going to win the league?
Well, you know, there's still the hope. There is still the hope that it's still possible. So until it's possible. Mathematically impossible, we still in for a shot. Bottom line is just win all the games.
Yeah.
And I mean, I watched Man City against Fulham the other day, and they didn't look as good as they looked on Wednesday. Yes, they played away, but not the same Man City team. Yes, De Bruyne wasn't in the team, but they got such a strong squad. You would expect them just to keep on going like they were going. So I think they are going to drop points. If they're going to drop enough points for us to win the league, are we going to win all our games? I don't know, but I mean, if the season had to end today, I'd still say, what a hell of a season we had. And the story, it's it hurts.
I think we guarantee the top four finish now, aren't we? I think that's the main thing. And I think I said last week, we're guaranteed to finish above Spurs, and we did that 6 games early. So that top four, I think we've achieved our goal, which is top four, early, very early, in fact. So let's just hope it's not an end of season complete collapse, though. It'd be nice to finish the season strong still, even if we don't win the league.
Of course,
it'd be nice to finish in second or whatever, and not let Newcastle or Man United catch up with us. I mean, we might still win the league. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. It's still possible.
It is still possible.
Yeah, it's that hope that kills you, man.
Do you think the pressure's off them now?
Yeah, it's about just finishing the season strong.
Do you think that might help with the performances then, if the pressure's off?
I hope so, but I also hope that it allows Arteta to do something different. We've done well, and I think one of the stats during the game was Arteta is like, with changing the squad, he's the one that keeps this most starting 11 constant across the season. With all managers. So I think he needs to do something different. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd give Partey a break, let Jorginho play against Chelsea, and I would give Xhaka a break and let Trossard play in Xhaka's place.
Really?
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think he also just needs to change it up, just do something different.
Yeah.
But that's my little 2 cents, and let's get on with the show.
We'll get everyone else's 2 cents pretty soon. So on the show tonight, we have usual setup really. Anagram. We'll look at the midweek results from last week and the weekend results as well. Our graphics team will learn how to spell embarrassment, and we'll have a quiz. And then we'll look at the upcoming games, which are they could be potentially pretty difficult games, especially that one away at Newcastle. And then anyone watching the show, if you can keep your questions coming in, and we'll have an announcement for the winner of the question of the show at the end of the show. Cool. Yep. Right. Anagram first. Let's do the anagram. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to check out Ronnie's podcast as well, The God in Truth. Link to that on the Facebook page. And, Women's Champions League. We're doing really well in that.
Sold out, right? Apparently,
it has sold out. That's right. Yeah, it has sold out. Tune in. I don't know if is this even going to be shown in South Africa on DSTV?
I don't know, but Arsenal.com. I mean, if you register there, they normally play these games for free.
Right.
I don't know if it's on there.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get through to the final there. There might be some success.
Yeah.
Right, anagram time. You noise beams. You noise beans. And while you think about that, everyone, we'll invite the guests. So we've got Neil. How's it, Neil?
Evening, guys. Good in you?
Yeah, good, thank you. And we've also got the big man, Warren. How's it, Warren?
It's the hope that kills you.
I guess you're good then.
Yeah, what can you do? Yeah, I mean, yeah, what can you say? I live a few days since Thursday. Cheapest, we can all calm down now. Let's breathe out a bit.
Have we got Ian as well? He's not on camera. Is he mic'd up?
What am I doing here?
Can't see you.
Hello, Ian? No? Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so the first week's that, yeah.
Okay. So, any ideas on the anagram, guys, before we get going?
I think I've got it.
Already?
I think I can give a clue. He used to play for. Can I go ahead? I'm not gonna say his name. Maybe I'm wrong. Or the teams he played for.
You could give us one team he played for, which is pretty well known.
He played for West Ham and Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, and that's it. I think I've got it, but I'm not gonna go any further.
Okay, go no further.
Anyway, yes.
Okay.
Right, let's have a look at some of these results from last week. Palace's unbeaten run under Roy Hodgson came to an end. Wolves beating them 2-0. Villa's form continued against Fulham. 1-0 win for them, which is a pretty good win for them. Leeds and Leicester, the battle for relegation or against relegation, ended in a draw. Forest with a pretty important win there against Brighton, 3-1. Chelsea, their misery continues. Just when you think that we're having a pretty bad run, you've only got to look at Chelsea. Liverpool beating West Ham. Arsenal against Man City. We'll get onto that in a minute. Bournemouth with a win there against Southampton. Newcastle with a demolition of Everton. They are looking strong. Man United throwing away a 2-goal lead against Spurs for 2-2. At the weekend, Palace back to winning ways with 4-3. Brighton absolutely hammering Wolves. I don't know if any of you guys saw that, but that was
saw that, yeah.
That was a proper demolition job. That was. Brentford winning against Forest, so Forest are still in trouble. United annoyingly getting a 1-0 win against Villa. I was kind of hoping that Emery would do Man United, but Man City with a not so convincing win against Fulham. Bournemouth beating Leeds. Their misery continues as well. Sorry, graphics team, that Leeds are getting down. And Newcastle showing us how it's done against Southampton with a 3-1 win there. And did anyone check out that Liverpool Spurs game yesterday?
No.
Yeah, that's classic Spurs.
Oh my
classic Spurs.
So Liverpool were absolutely destroying them in the first half. Were they 3-0 up in 20 minutes? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it 20 minutes? And then they took the foot off the gas, didn't they? And it was 3-1 just before half time. And then they got back into it. And then Richarlison right at it was 94th minute, was it?
Yeah.
He poked him with I don't know how he managed to score that. It was just such a sloppy kind of headed glancing something or other into the net. Took off his shirt, thought he'd pull back equal, and then up pops Jota 2 minutes later to bang in the winner. And I think did Klopp pull his hamstring in the celebration?
Yeah,
I think he did, didn't he?
I saw the video.
So Yeah, that was a pretty epic match. That. So yeah, still to come. Leicester and Everton. That is a proper relegation battle there. And tomorrow night it is Arsenal Chelsea. So kind of quite looking forward to getting back into the Emirates. Are we going to beat them? Should do.
Oh, they, jeez.
Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's have a look at the table, guys. And then, so now we're not top of the league. Are we going to win the league? Over to you guys, Neil.
Well, we came this far. I might as well just till the end, eh? Might as well.
Warren. Yes.
I don't know so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think yes. We never thought we'd come this far, and since we came this far, we really thought yes. It's after that Bournemouth game, or actually after that Villa game, and that Bournemouth game was like something magical is happening over here, and it's like, oh, we're gonna do it, and it's like, wow. I think that West Ham game and that Southampton game just knocked everything. It's just completely hit us.
Yeah. What about you, Warren? Do you see a way back for us?
Yeah, I just realized because I don't always get to see the last column. Just have a look at that last column, the form column. If you just look from, for example, Liverpool up, there's one team's form that is sticking out like a sore thumb there. I think that should answer everyone's question. I mean, it looks pretty pathetic, to be honest. That's relegation for the form right there. It's quite scary if you think about it. It actually sheds more light on it now. If I look at it like this, if I compare us to everyone, like I said, even from Liverpool, you can go as far down as Liverpool. If you look at our form guide, I mean, I know we're all hoping, but I'm also hoping for the lotto numbers to come in, but that's not happening. It's just it's not happening, lads. I think let's just celebrate. Let's just get the champagne for the Champions League because we'll go again. I mean that's the big prize. That's the real. Well, obviously the league will be the bigger one, but we've set and reached our goal for the season. Anything above that will just be a bonus. But I don't see us winning it now.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Just being honest.
When you cast your minds back to what was it, the Invincible season, we did have a run of 3 draws there towards the end, didn't we? From the Spurs game, Birmingham, Portsmouth, 3 draws there in a row. Okay, we were up against Man City and then we lost the game, but do you think we can bounce back against Chelsea?
Yeah, hey, listen here. I mean, like a few weeks ago, I mean, and we still are laughing at Chelsea. I'm loving the way I think Chelsea, they don't really realize what's sort of eating them. Yeah, the bubble has burst. I predicted they will be mid-table. People thought I was being a bit over the top, but I called it. I said this will be another mid-table team, even though they're spending hundreds of millions. But sorry, come back to your question. The thing that concerns me is the performances. Never mind the results. The performances are, and even worse than that. Normally, when you have a form guide of L and D's, in there, your go-to people are your senior players, and ironically, it's the senior players that have disappeared into thin air. That is the concern for me. So. We can, I mean, if we all turn up on the day, we can smash Chelsea. I mean, that's just how it is. But it's the confidence and / performance, especially from our leaders, that have really let us down the most.
Which any players in particular? Are you going to name any?
I mean, and this is what really. I mean, I still have time for the youngsters and things like that. They're all still learning. Like we've got 20, 21-year-olds, but. I must admit that the 2 holding midfielders for me that I always look at first to say if things go a little bit pear-shaped, they normally the go-to guys. They can just steady the ship again, calm things down, and then we go again. And we got quality players that can take us on there. But I was quite shocked, I must be honest. I kind of kind of predicted we would lose at City, to be fair with you, but I was quite shocked by their behavior, the attitude, and the performance. The behavior on top of the performance was, I was shocked. I actually didn't see that coming. I was almost speechless. I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought, is this the same people? I just couldn't believe it. I was incredibly disappointed in him. I've got no words. I'm disappointed. I mean, look, if you get outplayed, you're outplayed. That happens to I mean, like you said earlier, even with the Invincibles, I remember there were 1 or 2 games where we had to hold on a little bit, fair enough. But the way the guys threw their toys and spat their dummies out of their mouths, that was shocking. That scares me, actually. That scared me, because I'm thinking, if you are go-to guys, not only for now, for next season, what the hell does that mean? I don't know. I was quite shocked when I saw that. I didn't see that coming.
I'll put the same question to you, Ian. How's it, Ian?
How's it, guys? How's it? I'm good now. No complaints.
Good. I'll put the same question to you that I put to everyone else. So now that we're not top of the league, are we going to win the league?
Oh no, it's over.
It's done, is it? It's done.
It's gone. I told Neil, I think I told a few other guys as well, the build up to the City game, like winning at Anfield was important. Like when we went 2-0 up, I was like, okay, fuck, we're gonna do it. And then everything just fell apart. West Ham as well, we went 2-0 up and then things just fell apart. Southampton, everybody was like, everybody that I know, us fans, everybody was arrogant and cocky, say, no, we're gonna put Southampton with the sword. They're gonna be conceding at least like 8 or 10 tonight. They led 3-0, like 3-1. It's crazy. And then going to City, I had no more confidence. Like I watched the game with Neil, and you felt it like from that first minute when City were in the box, and then like, shit, it's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna happen. And I think those games where we dropped points, those 6 points would have helped us quite a bit. We still would have had that buffer, but we don't have that buffer anymore, unfortunately. So no, we're not going to win the league. It's done. But I'm still proud of the boys because no one else went toe-to-toe with City this season. Liverpool, you expected them after last season, like disappointed at the UCL final, finishing second again. You thought they're going to take City all the way, but they didn't, and we stepped in. So we got to be proud of that. But what annoyed me quite a bit in these past few games, that Arteta doesn't make substitutions and he doesn't mix up the team, and we once again became predictable. And I think that worked against us massively. And I hope to see changes on tomorrow night, honestly. A lot of players need to be dropped. A lot of players need to be rested. But let's see. That's my 2 cents.
Who's looking at that table now? I mean, can you see anybody see the top 4 changing before the end of the season? Other than, Man United might overtake Newcastle or whatever, and but can you see anyone outside the top 4 getting into the top 4?
Well, for our sake, I hope we don't bottle it completely and the wheels just fall off altogether and we go and lose every single game till the end of the season. Because a lot of Arsenal fans are thinking that, myself as well, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just hope it doesn't happen.
We can't finish outside of the top 4 though now, can we?
Mathematically, we can't, but we can still end up 4th. Mathematically. But let's hope it doesn't happen. It's not all doom and gloom. The objective has always been UCL football. We found ourselves in a title chase. We didn't expect to be there. We found ourselves in one. So yeah, but I don't see the top 4 changing.
No.
I mean, Newcastle look very, very good. Are we gonna have to go there again? I'm not too confident for that game as well. Then again, I'm not even as confident with the modern game. At the moment, but things can change.
Who do you think might get the Europa League spots? Because there'll be the FA Cup's either going to United or City, isn't it? So that'll be an extra place in on the table.
Yeah.
And then the Carabao Cup was already won by United. So does that mean there's 2 extra places for Europa League, is there, before the Europa Conference?
At least Liverpool and Spurs completely fluffed their lines. It looks like they'll be 5th and 6th though.
Does anyone see Brighton getting up there?
They can.
Quite possible. They're in form, eh? Remember, we still have to play Brighton as well.
Yeah,
Spurs is gonna bottle it, man. Spurs is so crap at the moment. I think they're gonna screw their chances up.
To be fair to Spurs, and I hate Spurs, like every Arsenal fan. To be fair to them, they did to go 2-0 down at United and come back to 2-2 was quite an achievement. To go 3-0 down at Liverpool and come back to 3-3, that in itself was a pretty big achievement as well. I mean, they lost that game in the end, but
the DVD's
they-
gonna drop
they-
this week. I mean, don't worry.
they proper Spurs did though, didn't they?
Yeah, the Spurs did the shit out of that, eh?
I mean, I think possibly if Brighton, well, look, there's a big game on Thursday between Brighton and Man United. But out of all the teams in terms of form, I think Brighton's the real. I mean, the football they play. Oh my goodness! I mean, what are they putting in their water there? I mean, honestly,
do you worry about them coming to the Emirates?
well, I actually, even before the Liverpool game, when we were all talking about the run-up, and I said, forget about Anfield and the Etihad and whatever happens there. I still called it. I said that St James's Park and the home game against Brighton will be our two toughest games. Man City were in third gear on last week Thursday. I didn't anyone notice that. They were still in third gear. We got way bigger fish to fry. If you think that was our toughest game of the season, I got some bad news for you lads. St James's Park is going to be
Newcastle.
bouncing on Sunday. So we got. I mean, let's just hope the players have cried themselves out and we move on now because they're not going to feel sorry for us. I can tell you right now, they're going to be hoping to give us a spanking up there. Brighton are coming, I think, after that. And they'll be seeing us as ripe for the picking because like I said earlier, our senior players are suddenly evaporating. The captain is gone ski, the midfield is gone ski, the strikers has disappeared. That's our senior players. It's not like the kids that are, they're the 19 and the 20s. That's what's bugging me. This could get it could get better, and we could march on. And I'm just saying, but I called this before the bloody Liverpool game. I wasn't even interested in the bloody stupid Anfield game. They just crap. These Spurs has proved it. The Brighton and the Newcastle games will be our two toughest games in this run, I'll tell you right now. And I'm not wrong. The City were coasting. They were in third gear. We were just crap on the night.
Right. Well, let's look at the bottom half of the table. For graphics teams alive, there we are.
Yeah, there we go.
So it's good to see Chelsea there, though, with a better, with a much worse run of form than what.
Although Chelsea have to play Arsenal, United, City, and Newcastle.
Big game.
Yeah, they can still get relegated.
They can get relegated. So
Who's going to put that outside bet on that Chelsea get relegated?
That would be incredible. Wow, that would be incredible.
Amazing.
What odds can we get on Chelsea?
Not amazing
getting
as in
relegated?
funny amazing, but amazing at the squad they have.
Yeah.
And they've got a tough run in. I mean, geez, I wouldn't want to be them right now.
I mean, if we
they've
beat
got-
Chelsea tomorrow night, that gives us a bit of confidence again. Now, I think if Chelsea lose tomorrow night, that knocks that little bit of whatever they had that was sort of trying to make them believe that they can win games. So...
Right, you can get a bet on Chelsea getting relegated for 250 to 1 at the moment. 250 to 1.
Yeah, but look at their running. They play us, right? So I mean, you'd expect Arsenal to beat them. Then they got Bournemouth away. That's not going to be easy. Then they got Forest at home, which is also a relegation battle. So that game's not going to be easy. Then they got to play City, United away, and then Newcastle is their last game. I see one win in the next 6 fixtures for them. One.
Yeah, they might beat Wrexham in the Florida Cup. You never know. Hey, your Frank Lampard's still in charge. I wouldn't put it past them to lose against Wrexham.
My word.
But yeah, I mean,
My word.
Forest
Yeah, where will they get the points
I
from?
don't know.
I think the only thing The only thing they could that they are relying on, well, if I'm a
Other
Chelsea
teams
fan,
losing.
I would be, yeah, exactly. Other teams just not winning enough games.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest hope
yeah.
I know
that
some
they would
Chelsea
have.
fans that have just stopped watching Chelsea at the moment because it's that painful. I mean, we thought we were bad in some points of the Emery era, even some points of the Arteta era. But some of our Chelsea friends are saying that it's unwatchable at the moment. They just can't. They don't even bother turning on the TV. It's that bad.
Yeah, that's because they've got an idiot as the owner. That's the problem.
Yeah, long may it continue.
Yeah, and it will
Yeah.
continue because
The guy's a
he's gonna want his
genius.
money back. He's gonna want his
Yeah.
his £700 million back after all the money spent.
You can go ask Roman for it, maybe. Though.
Yeah.
You know,
Roman needs to
I'd
write that
love
checks
to.
off now.
So looking at that bottom of the table, then, guys, who's your three for the drop? Neil, who's your three?
Yeah, I can't say though. I know I was sitting at the beginning of the season and I said Leicester would go down, and Leicester was second last, and they pushed up to 11th, 10th, and they're back there again. So, and I said Bournemouth, Southampton, and maybe a pick of Leeds or Nottingham Forest or Wolves, but now everything is just. I didn't expect Everton to be second last, and they got this bad run as well.
Yeah.
So I can't say. It'll be Everton going down. It'll be weird though.
It will a bit. I've never experienced. Well, anyone that wasn't born in the sort of 40s hasn't experienced Everton going down. Ian, who's your three for the drop?
My three for the drop. The way they look right now, no? Leicester, Everton, Southampton, Bournemouth have been picking up form. West Ham have got a little bit of fight in them. Leeds might struggle to stay up, but I think they'll maybe just clear it a bit. Forest as well. I mean, Forest squad as well. They got a lot of players, so they might sneak a win here and there. Everton, I'd like to see go down because they keep on flirting with relegation. I'd like them to actually fall this time. You know, so it looks like that bottom three is going to go down.
Yeah, Warren.
Because they've been fighting the rest of the relegation battle the past 2-3 seasons already. Those three clubs. So I think maybe the legs have just run out of it.
Yeah. Warren, how about you?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was watching the game, that Wolves game on Saturday, and then they were showing highlights of the Bournemouth Leeds United game, and the problem with Leeds is this, for a team trying to survive relegation, they just conceding way too much goals. I mean, Bournemouth smacked them 4-1. Yeah,
See some of the defending on that game. It was
my goodness gracious me!
Oh
Wow.
my god!
I mean,
it was so bad.
Okay, Southampton is gone. That's one. I'm quite shocked that Everton are there. I must be honest. I reckon Leicester will have, just with what's his name, Dean Smith. That's there now, I think, and with the quality they got. You see, Leicester, they've got goals in them. They score goals. So I reckon Leicester will get the result tonight against Everton, which puts Everton in major trouble. And I reckon Forest have the knack of picking up the odd victory here. They what do you also notice that some of these teams, they like even Bournemouth and Forest, they all lose games, but they won't go 10 games without a win, like Everton and Leeds are doing. Like Leeds and Everton are just dropping. So I'm gonna go Leeds, Southampton, and Everton.
Yeah, Leeds are going down for me too. Nothing personal, graphics team, but
sorry,
Leeds have to go down.
Yeah,
just an update on the women's game is currently 2-2, 80th minute.
Wow.
Is it?
Okay.
There was 8 minutes ago.
That's 4-4 on aggregate then, is it?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Right, let's move on. Enough of the table.
Yeah. Leeds are going down.
Leeds are going down. Come on, he's crying now. Wipe away the tears, graphics team. There we go. It's not been a good April, has it? Let's face it. Apart from that Leeds win, which I missed because of the crash on the M6. But anyway, other than that, I mean, it's just been 3 draws and a loss. It's been a tough April I would say. Let's hope we can get back to winning ways against Chelsea. Yeah. Let's talk about this game then.
Do we have to?
So let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that starting lineup. I look at it and I go, that is our strongest lineup, though, isn't it? Really. I mean, you might want to, Zinchenko. Right. Here's a question. Right. Zinchenko or Tierney? If you're going away from home and you need someone to defend, are you going to put Zinchenko or Tierney?
You go with Kieran Tierney. Because our defense has been leaking goals the past month. Like, it's not even funny. I thought you would have changed that at least make Pep guess though. But then you see that City lineup, yes, it's like how do you compete though? In every position. But I still, either way, it's no excuse. I still believe he should have changed the lineup. Maybe even started Jorginho for more control in midfield because we had no control in midfield. Yeah, we couldn't touch the ball. We couldn't put a hand on City.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think Xhaka was actually match fit, or do you just think that that Arteta didn't really have any other options?
I think Arteta doesn't have faith in his bench. It's as simple as that. That's why I wouldn't start anybody else ahead of Xhaka. Because Xhaka wasn't in the game. He had no impact in the game.
No. But why wouldn't he play Zinchenko in midfield and put Tierney as left back? Because Zinchenko plays midfield most of the game anyway.
Pretty much every game.
Doesn't do any defending, does he?
I mean, like all the Arsenal groups that I'm on, and everybody like they have this football lineup editors, and everybody was like giving the like variations, like what Arteta should do just to keep them guessing, and everybody knew he was going to go the exact same squad again. I think that also those ideas ran out, and we got found out too quickly.
It was like Pep knew every single attacking play that we were going to make, and he just cancelled it out really, really quickly.
What was brilliant from Pep was putting a Kanji at left back because he shut Saka down. Saka was so quiet in the game. He couldn't deal with the physicality.
Yeah.
And those usual passes, he would like get running across the defenders. He couldn't get in because the midfield completely flooded out. Partey looks a bit tired. There's a rumor going around he might be playing with the injury as well. So I'm not sure how true that is. Our players have done it before. Like Santi Cazorla but then again, said it was different class. But I think Partey for that first goal, let De Bruyne get the better of him. I mean, De Bruyne just basically burst through our midfield and had a running on Ramsdale. Oh, that was worrying.
It was too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was way too easy. And from that first goal, we already knew what was coming. They were going to open us up on every occasion that they got, and they did. And it was hard to watch, though.
Did part of that come from Holding getting too high up the pitch and getting too close to his man, or do you think that was? Do you think that was his instruction again? Because I mean, we've seen this before, haven't we? Where Holding just goes far too high up the pitch, gets too close to his man, and then he just gets turned too easily. And it happened again. When you look at those stats and you look at the passes, possession, pass accuracy, there's not much in it. But I mean, who actually thought that it was a close game?
Nobody.
I mean, they were on a different planet, weren't they?
That's much was close, but we all watched the same game. It wasn't a close game.
It'd be interesting to see what those stats were for the first half or whatever in the second half, because they took their foot off the gas, didn't they? In the second half, by the time we started making substitutions, they looked to be just disinterested, really. I'm not sure if that made our substitutions look good, or if maybe our substitutions did make a really positive impact for us. But I mean, we were, I don't know, it was like men and boys, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Neil, where do you think it really went wrong?
Yeah, no, I think I was watching the game in as well, and I thought maybe we were both teams were actually just waiting for a mistake to happen, and I personally think we showed a lot of respect for Man City. We were just sitting back, and just like that, it just happened. The goal came. Partey lost his man. I know you're talking about the Holding was far. That was the instruction, but Partey used to be goal side of De Bruyne, and all he did was he got the ball from the flick on from Haaland, and he just turned Gabriel, and he took a shot from distance. Maybe Ramsdale could have done better, but still, And once the first goal went in, I think the second goal is crucial because once they got the second goal, and I thought, okay, it's foot off the gas now, and they were just keeping position though. And I personally, I thought you should have brought out Trossard and Jorginho at halftime already. Because I mean, we were sitting so deep, Jorginho would have been perfect releasing our wingers, which was out of the
Yep.
game completely. And yeah, it was just like, yeah, it was hard to watch.
Did you think just
It
on that
was-
second goal? Because 1-0, we were still in the game miraculously. I mean, by the point where it goes 2-0, it could have been about 10-0 by that stage, right? Because it was an absolute onslaught. But we were hanging in there, and then the second goal comes in, and then it pretty much kills it before half time, doesn't it? But I know VAR says it was offside. Was it offside? Oh, sorry. Was it onside? Sorry, was it offside?
Nah, man, that was offside, man.
Yeah.
It was offside.
We
Man.
need- Yeah, man. Yeah. What is offside nowadays in this Premier League, eh? Honestly.
That the one view that shows it's offside, right?
You can't see the ball.
They moved it a couple of frames. I mean, you can't see the ball. You can't see
the
when
ball.
he kicks the ball. And the camera angle that where he kicks the ball, that is clearly you can draw 10,000 lines.
Yeah. Unless Holdings was it Holding that was keeping him on
No,
side?
it was,
Ben White, wasn't it? Ben
was
White.
Ben
Unless
White.
Ben White's foot went Pinocchio style and extended, so it was about 2 meters long. He's offside, right? I mean, it looked on the first angle. I mean, you can draw any line. He looks so offside. It's ridiculous. But then the angle where you can't see the ball, they're saying, oh yeah, it's offside from that. I don't know. It doesn't. Even a lot of non-Arsenal fans that watched that game were just disgusted by that decision. It was because that literally killed the game at that stage.
Yeah, I don't think I'm with Ian. I'm just not sure we even know what the offside rule is, because 1 week they say you must draw from the guy's sleeve, the next week from the guy's toe. I don't know. I got no idea anymore. I've got no idea what's an offside anymore. I don't know at what point do you start drawing that line, because that's the whole key thing. At what position do you draw the line? Everything else will come from that, but they keep changing it every week.
Yeah, but it's like they manipulated that angle so the goal could stand, which is just weird. I mean, I suppose everybody saw the images that came out like the following day, of the actual freeze frames of where his foot was and where Ben White's foot was and where John Stones was. It's like a meter offside. How do you allow that to stand? Honestly, you don't want to like maybe like echoes of corruption or something. I don't know. I might be clutching at straws here, but yeah, it's.
Bottom line is they didn't even need that goal. Without that goal, they still win the game.
I don't know. You never know. You can hang on the entire game, and it's still, you're still in it, and you still believe that you can get back into it at 1-0, don't you? You go in at half time, you have your team talk, and then you can make some changes. You can lift the spirits in the dressing room because it's only one, but then get a second one just before half time and it kind of kills you, doesn't it? Really, it kills the spirits.
I mean, I didn't have any issues with the lineup. I mean, okay, fair enough, you could maybe swap out Jorginho for Granit Xhaka, but I think that's small in comparison to what I thought was the absolute standard biggest problem. And I think our managers just got outsmoked in that game. I think, and we also forget that he's still learning his trade as well. This is like his third year in the job. I think Pep Guardiola's been managing for 2 decades or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
he's had a lot of years with that team, hasn't he? He's had, with those players. I mean, he's had serious years with those players. So, he's won lots of stuff with them.
I think the main issue was the tactics that was really employed. That we were far too open, and I don't know who said it earlier, but that was spot on. I mean, City was just sitting back and waiting for us to make the mistakes and then kill us. We should have been doing that to them. Sit in, stay tight, especially with a guy like Rob Holding. I mean, I know under Wenger's days, our holding midfielders never protected the 2 centre backs, and they were totally exposed. We needed Xhaka and Partey to to double up and just close out gaps and spaces. Rather let City go left to right, and then we can deal with it from there. So I think the tactics really blew up in our faces. Just took the game away from us.
There's a question here from. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I actually agree with Warren. We should have switched it up, and Partey and Xhaka should have sat in front of Holding and Jesus, because Partey was pushing up forward, Xhaka was up front there, and De Bruyne just controlled that midfield. He had nobody on him. I mean, even if you look at the first goal, there was nobody in front of Holding, and he was probably almost forced to take on Haaland, but yeah, I think I guess it's a learning curve for Arteta also. He needs to think more about what he's doing, what his game plan is.
Do you think we should? Who thinks we should swap out Partey for Jorginho against Chelsea? Show of hands.
Partey for Jorginho.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You could swap out Xhaka or, I mean, Partey for Jorginho. You could toss a coin at the moment.
Would you take it? Who would take out Zinchenko and put on Tierney?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
That's also okay. Yeah.
Do you think Zinchenko has actually been a great buy for us? Really?
Well, without the doubt, he added a different dimension to our game. I mean, we never played it in inverted left backs or full backs before. You know, so it's good. But maybe even for the Chelsea game, why doesn't he consider putting Zinchenko in that Xhaka role in that position? He would actually kill it in that position, but I don't know, man.
Because he plays it most of the time, doesn't he?
For Ukraine.
Well, no, he plays it for Ukraine, but when he's playing for Arsenal, he does actually play in that role. So why not just play him in that role and then put on an actual left back?
Unless someone can get the message across.
Because when he plays in that midfield role, Xhaka covers at left back, doesn't he? It's either Xhaka or sometimes Gabriel, but a lot of the time Xhaka will stay back, and it's like, well, Xhaka's not a left back, you know. And someone breaks on the wing, he's dead for pace. You know, someone's going to easily do him. I don't know. It seems like you're playing someone in a position and then expecting them to play in another position. But then, you know, okay, you might catch someone out, the first few games that you play that. But someone's going to suss it out pretty soon. And I think we've been sussed out, to be honest, on that front. People know what he's going to do.
I think one guy
that's in to that position, you're exposed in that left back position.
Yeah. No, he's been good. I just think maybe we, ironically, I'd have played Tierney against City and then Zinchenko tomorrow night if I had to choose. But one guy that's got to start playing more games now is Trossard. I mean, we got to switch it up. Man.
Yeah.
Trossard's got to be playing today. So.
Where would you play Trossard?
I would drop Gabriel. I would take Jesus off because he's just not scoring goals for us. The guy's missing four sitters in one game. I mean, that's not good enough.
Yeah. It's not
what
good.
did someone must still explain to me what did Trossard do to be dropped? The guy was probably our best player.
I think he created the goal for Holding in City as well. That little run that came in and he just got the pass away and Holding finished. But influential. I mean,
you could even be brave and drop either one of Martinelli and Saka. That maybe needs a bit of a rest. Saka's been playing for 2 years straight. Maybe the guy needs a bit of a breather. Put Trossard in there. I don't know. I think we just need a bit of freshening. It just the whole thing just smacks of stale breed. Yeah, we need a bit of a Jorginho in there, Tierney, Trossard. Just mix it up. I'm listening. I mean, if you had to pick a team that you want to play against now, I mean, pick a team that just wouldn't know the arse on the elbow, and that's Chelsea. They're like the perfect team to play now to get back on. They've got no cooking clue what's going on.
Yeah, but we still got to be wary though. I mean, it's Arsenal.
For sure.
I think when
tendency to be calamitous.
When we went to Goodison Park earlier in the season and Everton were on the ropes and they hadn't won a game for forever, we lifted. We seem to have a habit of playing those teams and lifting their spirits.
Yeah.
So
And
let's-
another small shout out as well that I've kind of been impressed with, and maybe he deserves more minutes, but probably won't happen. But every time Reece Nelson comes on, he manages to affect the game somehow or
He looks
another.
Yeah.
lively, eh? He looks
Yeah,
really
yeah, he
lively.
does. It's pacey. Him and Nketiah, when they come onto the pitch, they do cause defenses problems. They do look lively.
He's like a traditional sort of winger as opposed to Saka and Martinelli. I think he's he can run with the ball at pace. He can go left and right. So which I love. I love that in a winger because you're forcing the defender to make a tackle. I think sometimes you'll have Martinelli running away from the defender. I would rather have Oak running at the defender. Force the guy to make a tackle.
Would anyone drop Saka? Yeah, probably me. Anyone else?
Yeah,
drop him?
I'll have no issues dropping him. No issues at all.
Yeah.
There's other
So
quality
even
players.
He's probably just knackered, though, is he?
Yeah, exactly.
It's been played to death by club and country.
Exactly. No, there were moments. I mean, even Southamptons and all those other crap teams. That we should have been rested. Pick your moments.
Yeah. I think have we got any questions from anyone?
Only one. So from Gavin, should we
set back into
sit back into
4-2-3-1?
4-2-3-1?
What are your thoughts on that, guys?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Neil
Yeah,
said
might
we
as well
must
just
get
change it
Nuno
up, though.
Tavares back. Yeah. That's a joking.
I would like to see TNE transfer the start tomorrow night. Really, I think we just need to change it up though, and they more than good enough to perform against us or any other team though. So I like to see those three players start definitely tomorrow in starting 11.
Yeah. I don't know about a 4-2-3-1. Maybe. The reality is, you go to a 4-2-3-1, and you still end up playing Xhaka and Partey, or you play Jorginho and Partey maybe, or so, it's two of those three players are going to play in that too, aren't they? And you go, well, is that really changing much anyway? I don't know. But those two players or three players, I mean, Xhaka and Partey just need to step up. Those two players, I think more. Warren mentioned this at the beginning. Those two players just did not show up against City at all. I don't know if Xhaka was still not fully fit. I guess he wasn't fully fit, but Partey was non-existent as well. Doesn't matter what formation you play, the midfield need to control it. Against Chelsea. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, so can I ask a question in response to that question? Because I'm confused now, and I'm hoping you guys can answer this for me here. Okay, so what formation were we playing in the last few weeks?
Supposed to be.
I'm totally confused though.
Supposed to be a 4-3-3, isn't it? Sort of, but it changes.
Yeah, but you will have to revert to a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-1-2 or something like that. Yeah,
it changes. It's a fluid formation, isn't it? It's not really fixed, is it? And you see that. I don't know if you see it so much on the cameras, on the TV, but from when I go to the Emirates, it's quite clear that the formation is very fluid. A lot of the time, people drift in and out of different positions. It's not this fixed 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 formation. It never is really. It's about finding space and moving into space and knowing where people are going to make the runs. The formation is not, in a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, whatever, 4-4-2. That you throw that at someone and it becomes too static, and that's not what Pep plays, and it's not what Arteta is trying to play either.
Can I ask you guys a question? I've been dying to hear this from someone else. So let's go back before the Liverpool game and from that game onwards. What did you think? And the Oaks can also comment if they want, but what do you think went wrong from the Liverpool game till now? Is it a couple of things or is it one thing? Or what are you guys' thoughts on that?
My
I think
thoughts
I'll
are,
just
go on.
yeah.
Someone else, something. Ian.
Okay. Yeah. My thoughts are, I think our defense just dropped off as well. Because we can't really blame. Can we blame Saliba getting injured and Rob Holding able to like get coming into the deep end? Maybe a bit because Holding doesn't add that stability on the ball that Saliba has. You know, that composure. Holding, if he sees the ball coming towards him and he's under pressure, he's just gonna put the ball out. Saliba has the ability to control the actual ball in that position and then turn it around into an attacking threat. Holding doesn't do that. And confidence they got knocked. That's what I think. Our confidence got knocked badly.
Yeah.
But
It's,
yeah,
it's,
you
yeah.
can blame the strikers as well. We weren't taking our chances as well. We had
That
chances.
as well.
It was
Yeah,
just a
it's
mix
a lot
of
of factors,
everything.
eh?
Though.
I think, but straight, prior to the City game, we had scored 7 goals in the previous 3 games, haven't we? But our defence hasn't, in my opinion, hasn't been doing its job, and our defensive midfielders haven't been doing the job to cover the defence. Our best defender, arguably, is injured. That's Saliba. I think, I don't know, him and Gabriel did actually form a good partnership, and I think for most of the season it was quite difficult to say which one was actually better because both had had peaks and troughs, hadn't they? But when that defensive partnership isn't there, it is glaringly obvious that it is much, much weaker now, the defence, and all of them are starting to make errors. The last 3 games before City, to have drawn all of those, that's got to have killed the confidence in a lot of players.
Yeah.
I heard from other people that in the dressing rooms and the players themselves, before the Liverpool game and before the West Ham game, the players would never talk about City and never talk about the other clubs, and just carry on doing what they need to do. But then all of a sudden they started to talk about City looking really good and stuff. So you could tell that the confidence has been hammered a little bit.
Yeah, just on that that word, keyword, confidence, and I thought maybe no, just give it a little while longer because maybe I'm just thinking too much about this. But after a couple of games and poor defensive performances, I actually do come to think, and it's not totally his fault, and he does his best, but I think not having Saliba there kind of sent shockwaves to the keeper, to the right back, because suddenly Gabriel has now also, done his Virgil van Dijk impression by being shaky, and then suddenly Thomas Partey looks crap, and then suddenly I don't know. It's almost like it's a psychological thing. It's totally unsettled the whole balance on the team. I mean, the keepers is making mistakes galore. Like it can't be just a coincidence of the second that guy left and this other guy come. And mind you, Rob Holding at times actually wasn't even our worst player.
No, he
At
wasn't.
times he was our best defender.
Yeah, he wasn't.
That's the ironic part because,
Yeah.
funny enough, I was actually standing next to Ian in the pub for that Liverpool game, and we were coasting at 2-0, and guess what started happening? We started playing nicks and tricks and flicks.
Yeah.
We better than this.
Unnecessary pressure.
Unnecessary hospital passes. Thomas Partey not looking at the ball. And Robertson, before they scored, Robertson ran in behind Ben White, missed about half an inch, and then 2 minutes later they just went in again, and then they scored. But that was just a total overconfidence. That is what killed us. Never mind the Zaka and Trent, they pulled Trent's underpants or something. That had nothing to do with it. We just put Liverpool back in the game. That is just one crap defending.
Good. Yeah, before they did score their first goal, Liverpool, they did have 2 very, very good chances. Salah had one, Robertson had one.
Yeah.
They could have easily scored those 2 chances.
Exactly. And you notice where the chances came from, eh? It was crap passes out from defense with no pressure, and then also looking that way and passing that way, almost like they showing. I don't know. I just felt like, why are they showing off here? There's 60 minutes left in the game. You're at Anfield. You 2-0 up. Just be professional and see you at the Brady half, and then see you at the. We'd have won that game comfortably, man. We'd have won that game probably 3-0 if it stayed at 2-0 halftime. But that first goal totally killed us in that game.
Spot on. Spot on.
Right, enough of the doom and gloom, guys. Let's get on with. Let's get on with it. Let's move on to the quiz. Something more light-hearted. Right, you noise beans. Go on, Neil.
Go for it. Neil, go for it.
Yeah, Neil, you're the legend when it comes to anagrams.
I don't see another wider Yossi Benayoun, isn't it? No?
Yeah, Yossi Benayoun.
Is it?
Could be.
No,
It could be.
I don't
Yeah, so no go.
Is it?
Come on, graphics team.
No idea.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh no, you forgot the N on the end there. It's Yossi Benayoun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. I don't. There's a missing letter there. So okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there we are. You need the N on the end.
Yossi
Benayoun,
yeah. Question 2 coming up. Right, Arsenal and Chelsea have contracted some high-profile transfers of players over recent times, and many players have appeared for both sides over their respective histories. Some Arsenal players have even gone on to manage Chelsea, but who was the first player after appearing for both clubs to become an Arsenal manager? Was it A, Tom Doherty? Was it B, George Graham? Or was it C, John Hollins?
Oh, okay, I'm clueless here.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Probably
George Graham.
I'll say C. I don't know. I don't know
Right.
which one, so, yeah.
Neil's going for C. Warren's going for B. Ian's going for
C. C.
C. And the answer is it'll be George Graham. It's George Graham. Great manager. Shame we went out. To be honest. Anyway, question 3. By the time I retired from football at the end of the 2001-2002 season, winning my second domestic double with Arsenal. That's not strictly true, actually. But anyway, I had played at 91 of the 92 English Football League grounds, except Fulham's Craven Cottage. In popular culture, I was one of 2 Arsenal players who had characters named after them in the 1999 film Plunkett and McLean, the other being Nigel Winterburn. Who am I?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna guess here. I do have a guess here.
Yeah, so.
Go on.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
You guess first.
No, Neil, you go.
I'll just guess. I'll say Lee Dixon.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go Lee Dixon as well.
Warren's going to go Lee Dixon. Ian's going to go
Ian Wright.
just to be different. Ian Wright. Right. It's not his second domestic double. It would have been his third domestic double if you can count the FA Cup and the League Cup as being a domestic double in 1993.
93. Yeah.
So it is Lee Dixon.
Yes.
Legend.
Yeah, absolutely legend.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what happened when I met Lee Dixon, right? So this was at the Wolves game last year, and I've got, I was a big Lee Dixon fan. I've obviously got a Lee Dixon shirt and everything from back in the day, and I always thought, I'm going to wear that shirt one day, and I'm going to meet him and have a picture taken and everything like that, right? And that was the dream, right? So, but I go down to the Wolves game, and my wife comes down with me because it's her first ever Arsenal game. So she wants to wear an Arsenal shirt, right? And so I find that the biggest one because she's pregnant and stuff. So, give her the Lee Dixon shirt from the 90s because everything was baggy then. So she's wearing the Lee Dixon shirt. And then we get to the Emirates. And then, sometimes before the games, we'll go down to the pitch side to see, because sometimes they have ex-players there and you can get to meet the ex-players. So we go down pitch side, and who's bloody standing there? It's Lee Dixon, isn't it? And I'm not wearing the Arsenal shirt with Lee Dixon on, my wife is. I'm like, God damn it. So we get to meet him anyway. He's a really nice guy, and we got all the pictures taken and everything. And I think just before we met him, I think he was having a conversation with someone about no one's really bought a shirt with his name printed on. And then literally my wife's just stood in front of him, pointing to the back, and he's like, oh my God, someone's actually got one. Anyway, top guy, top player.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
What a legion, yeah. What a legion.
Used to be our penalty taker as well before Ian Wright.
Yes, yeah. Funny about that. Lauren as well. Another right back.
Another right back to take penalties. Lauren was a good penalty taker as well.
Yeah. Do you remember that Lee Dixon own goal? That shot? Do you remember that when he chucked team on the own goal?
Yes. I'm sure Lee Dixon remembers that as well. He'd rather forget it.
In Coventry,
That is a beautiful goal.
That's it for the quiz. What's coming up? It's 4-4 at the Champions League, clearly.
Yeah.
Is it the first leg? Or the second leg?
Second leg.
The first leg.
It's the second leg.
It's the second leg, yeah. It's 4-4 aggregate, yeah. So, extra time at the moment. Right, moving on. Coming up in the next week or so.
Chelsea.
Right, yes. Chelsea, Newcastle, Brighton, Forest, Wolves. Last two games not so well. I don't know actually. Forest away. They'll be fighting for their lives, won't they? I'd like for Forest to be safe before we face them actually away, and then Wolves at home. Last game of the season.
Look, I don't want to give anyone false hope here. Don't let me do that, guys. But I'm just. If there is a Santa Claus there, he owes me a couple of gifts because I've traded in my Christmas gifts for the last few years. But that Brighton, if you look at City's toughest games, right, in the Premier League, it's right at the end. It's away to Brighton. Yeah. It's away to Brentford.
Yeah.
So Brentford beat it this season already.
I'm just, okay.
And then, they play Chelsea only a few days after they play Real Madrid as well. And they've got to go to Goodison Park and play Everton away from home. I mean, I don't know. It can be tricky, that.
I'd rather, to be honest with you, I would put more money on Sean Dyche doing us a favor than Fat Frank. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
I've got no hope in that idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't trust him to manage a bloody breakfast.
Realistic, what
scrambled egg sandwich.
But as I point out on most of the shows, Frank Lampard does have a 100% success rate at saving clubs from relegation.
Yeah.
So do we need City to lose 2 games? Is that what we need?
Even draws.
Just draws.
Even draw. Draws.
Draws work, but then we have to win every single game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to win.
Right?
I don't know. Sunday's game is seeking out like a sore thumb, boys. I mean, that we're gonna need to do like triple brandies for that one. That's a triple
brandies.
Yeah. Big drinks.
Can anyone see us beating Newcastle?
Jeepers.
We can if the right team steps up on the day. That's just the thing.
Right.
Yeah. I think it depends also a lot on what happens tomorrow night, to be fair. If we can just, with the right mentality, just, get rid of the cobwebs and smash Chelsea, I think that would be the magical tonic for the Newcastle. But we can't go to the Newcastle game and we bloody draw 0-0 tomorrow. I mean, please, man. I mean, let's not make up shit here, I mean, you're going to be playing a proper, well-oiled machine, but it's possible. But I think it depends on tomorrow night first, and
Yeah.
then
And one more,
Sunday.
one more win actually galvanized the UCL qualification, eh?
Yeah,
Like one,
yeah.
yeah, like outright.
Mm.
So that'll
Yeah.
be, yeah, it'll be nice. Just don't fluff our lines tomorrow night. Honestly, like just put Chelsea to the sword. That Chelsea defense is poor. Like
Yeah.
poor. I mean, we are scoring goals, and not as if we aren't scoring goals. We've had this issue before. Like it's either we defending badly and not scoring goals, but we're scoring goals now. So we can definitely test the Chelsea defense. I think Reece James is out as well. Thiago Silva's really getting older now, so yeah. But we take it a game at a time, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Predictions. Are we going to skip to predictions for Chelsea and Newcastle? Are we? One graphics team. Neil, Chelsea.
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. What about the Newcastle?
I'll go for 2-1 victory for Arsenal.
Ian? Chelsea.
We see. Oh, we're gonna concede a goal. So I'm gonna go.
Are we? Oh God, I hope not.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 3-1 Arsenal as well.
Oh, yeah.
And Newcastle. Oh, it's gonna be a tough game. I'm gonna go 2-2. Honestly, yeah. That's gonna be a tough game.
Warren?
Oh man. This is painful. I'm gonna go. You want my honest opinion, or do you want me to make up something new?
Yeah, no, I want your honest opinion. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go 1-1, and then 2-2.
Oh. There is no confidence there. Right, I'm gonna go 2-0 to Arsenal against Chelsea, and I'm gonna go. I think 1-1 against Newcastle. I would love it to be 12. Yeah, 12-1. Wouldn't that be a peach? Naseem?
1-0. 1-0 against Chelsea. And
Chelsea 1-0.
No. And 0-0 draw, eh?
So the only one predicting a win on Sunday is Neil.
Oh.
You're gonna win, man.
We're gonna win.
Neil is lying. Neil is lying, man. He predicted 4-0 Newcastle. He's lying. Yeah.
Guys are sad. Well, you know, I think the confidence and the dreams have sort of been, I don't know, crushed a little bit recently for most people. I mean, all those. I mean, I did get quite a lot of stick recently over the past sort of month or so from people saying, "Why don't you believe that we're going to win the league? Why don't you believe that we're going to win the league?" I mean, I said, and I always said this. Like, you know, April was a tough month. It was always a tough month on paper, and you know, we didn't lose a load of games, you know, but equally we didn't win a lot of games either. So, you know,
those draws felt like defeats, though. So.
They felt like defeats. You're absolutely right. I think if the title was lost anywhere, it was in those 3 games. Really, it wasn't really Man City. It was those 3 draws that got the wind out of the sails.
Yeah, we probably would have won the league if we actually won those games and still lost against it.
If we'd have won those games, who's to say that we wouldn't have gone to City and you know, and beaten City? You know,
won
with
confidence
high and
worst case scenario.
Yeah. Anyway, right. I think that about wraps it up, guys. I think we only had one question of the show. So, Gavin, you've won the question of the show.
Okay, Gavin. Yeah.
Carl and Brad.
That's.
I don't know why that's up there. Well done, Gavin. Get yourself to the pub and claim your prize from Warren, either a set of pint glasses or beanie or a Pirates voucher. Take your pick on those. Just get in touch with Warren at the pub.
Nice.
Cool. That about wraps it up, guys.
Yeah.
Shot, guys.
Thanks everyone for coming on the show.
Cheers, man.
Thanks for the questions and the comments, guys. There weren't many tonight. I'm guessing a lot of people are load shedding, are they tonight?
Yeah.
And is it bank holiday in South Africa as well?
It's holiday, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So cool. Well,
Cool,
we
man.
should see you next week, guys.
Sure.
Have a great week.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
man.
gents. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
bye-bye.
Bye bye.
1, 2.